From the News Channel 5 Network, this is SportsLine.
Good evening, Nashville. Welcome to SportsLine. As I hastily put my microphone on. Forgot to do that. Apologize for that. We are live here on News Channel 5 Plus. Great to have you with us. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Mine was amazing. Hope yours was as well. Here we are. Early December. Happy holidays to one and all. We've got a great show for you tonight. Jonathan Hutton from Outkick 360 will join us in the next segment via Zoom, and we're going to talk all things Tennessee Titans as the two-tone blue, of course, are on their bye week, coming off of 2 straight losses now to the Texans and Patriots, respectively. Big blowout loss in New England just a couple of days ago. A bye week for the Titans this week. They return to action 1 week from Sunday when they host the Jacksonville Jaguars at Nissan Stadium. And all of a sudden, what looked to be a breeze of a season for the Titans has turned into a bit of a fight now as they sit at 8-4, tied with the Ravens and tied for the top record in the AFC with the Patriots and Baltimore Ravens now, and what looks to be more of a dogfight for them to get to that top spot. My best advice for the Titans, don't worry about the top seed in the AFC. Worry about A, getting healthy, B, playing better, and C, winning your division. The good news is Titans still have a 2-game lead over the Indianapolis Colts atop the AFC South Division. And, of course, they hold the head-to-head tiebreaker, having beaten the Colts twice earlier this season. But we'll get to all that with Jonathan Hutton in just a little bit as we talk all things Titans. But we open tonight with the Nashville Predators, an impressive 6-0 shutout win last night at Bridgestone Arena over the Columbus Blue Jackets, and the Preds were attacking early and often, and they got an all-time performance from Phillip Forsberg. 4 goals on the night. All 4 goals, the primary assister was Mikael Granlund, so a huge night for him as well. And Phillip Forsberg just back in the lineup just a couple of games ago, announcing his return with authority. He is the first Predator player to get 4 goals in 1 game since our old buddy Rocco Grimaldi did it last winter for the Preds. Of course, Rocco Grimaldi now a former member of the Nashville Predators. But Phillip Forsberg, really back to provide some spark to that top line. Along with Matt Duchene and Mikael Granlund. They've really been generating a lot of points and a lot of goals lately. Here is Phillip Forsberg after his historic night last night. 4 goals and the Preds' 6-0 win over the Blue Jackets.
It's a statement that more days off make for fresher hockey players.
Yeah, I mean, you can say that. I mean, practice is always good too, but this time it worked well for us.
Well, is this one of the nights where you're just feeling it?
Yeah, I think our line started off really well in the first, and obviously got one early and had a lot of more chances, and both Granny and Dutchie played incredible, and made life very easy for me, and I was able to finish off some of their plays obviously, and it was good.
I joked about the day out, but it really did look like there was a lot of energy to the team, and as you said, your line in particular, right out of the gate.
Yeah, I mean, you get 2 days off. You're playing a little extra. I mean, you have a little extra accountability on your back. I know you don't want to come out and not show up after getting that. And obviously, I didn't play all those games, but there was a lot of games in a row there last week, and guys have battled really hard. So I think that was well deserved. And then everybody showed up, like you said, and came out ready to play.
Obviously, 4 goals in the game. A little ridiculous. And you even look like after the 4th one, you even look like you can't believe this is this real? I mean, does it feel like that?
No, I mean, I think the unreal part was Granny's passes. It's just, I don't know how he made him happen, but I mean, all 4 goals are just tee-ups, and I finished it off, obviously, but last 2 didn't have to do too much. I think most of you guys in this room would have probably scored both of those too as well. So you didn't have to.
Phillip, what is it about you and Mikael that works so well together?
I think he's obviously a pass first guy. He always, every time he has the puck, he likes to find guys. He's obviously got, I don't know how many assists this season, but he's been playing incredible, I'd say, all season. And same with Dutchie. I think we're we're all very similar players in a way. We think the game the same way, and obviously our physical attributes is not the same. That she is smaller, quicker, and I'm a little bigger and slower. So, but I can shoot it, and it works well. And like I said, with Granny, it's just trying to get open and give him the puck, win battles, give him the puck, and get open.
You ever feel anything like before a game, when in a game like this, do you go into it maybe thinking, I'm really feeling good, things are...
Yeah, every game. No, I mean, it's, I don't know. It's just about doing the same things I do. It's not like I did anything different. I went to lunch and played some FIFA before the game and do what I normally do and take a little nap and then update my fantasy team for tomorrow and then come here to play, so.
How did the FIFA game go?
Good. Our team was good, finished with a win, and got a couple good pickups coming in fantasy football tomorrow, hopefully, too, and got to make a playoff push there, so.
Phil, you said before the season, regarding your contract, you weren't going to let that. You're just going to let things play out how they played out. With the getting injured and that having, now coming back, when you were hurt and gone, did you think about it at all? And has it been as easy or more difficult than you thought not to think about it?
I mean, I honestly haven't really thought about it at all. I just try to come here, get ready for every game, and obviously when I was hurt, just trying to do everything I can to get back on the ice and help the team. And I mean, I just try to put myself in, like I said earlier in the season, put myself in the best position possible to help this team win. And obviously that's going to, at the end of the day, be the best way I can make everything else happen as well.
Anything else?
Phil, when was the last time you scored 4 goals in a game?
I don't even know. It's been, it's probably like PV. I never had a hat trick in junior, surprisingly. And then I came over here and I've been lucky to score a few, but 4 was a long time ago.
Phillip Forsberg last night after his 4-goal performance in the Preds' 6-0 win over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Just an incredible performance. And again, as we said, all 4 of Forsberg's goals were assisted primarily by Mikael Granlund, who had some beautiful passes last night. But that wasn't the whole story. Of course, Forsberg and Granlund were the main story, but also UC Saros, the man between the pipes, turning in another shutout. Here's what the Juice had to say after last night's win.
Is that one of the more impressive offensive performances by a single player that you had the pleasure of watching in a game?
I mean, yeah, a lot of nice goals. Honestly, created a lot of chances today. So yeah, it was really nice plays there.
Get the first shutout of the season. Do you feel like it's a little bit overshadowed in a game like this where Phillip's knocking in 4 goals?
Well, I'm just happy about the 4 goals. So yeah, I don't really mind that. He can score 4 more often too. So don't blame him.
UC, what is it about your team? I know you didn't play on Saturday, but to come back from the loss on Saturday and to just bounce back and find a way to get back to your identity, as you guys like to call it. What is it about this team that you're able to do that even after a game doesn't go your way and you find a way to get it done?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think like individual games really, it doesn't like shake our mentality in that way. We're I feel like we're strong as a mentality, as a team, because we kind of know how to play our game, and so it's never really it never comes up to effort or attitude. We always got those, and obviously it's been a long season. There's games that not everyone gonna go your way, but I think we have a good idea what we need to do to be successful. So yeah, we kind of just shook that off and got ready for this game.
Second period, they kind of came at you a little bit, pretty hard. I think you had 3 big saves right there in a row. When there's sequences like that going on, is there any thinking involved, or is it just all reflexes and reaction to, you have time to think about what's going on?
Yeah, I just try to read the play and execute the play as I would do. Obviously, we practice a lot of different situations, so yeah, that's kind of, I just try to read and react as good as I can.
You see, especially with Phillip, when you're watching him obviously score 4 goals, not only tonight, but what does he do for this group when he's in the lineup, and especially on a night like tonight? I mean, what are you thinking as you're watching him score goal after goal after goal?
Yeah, of course, it's great to have that special talent, and he's always a goal threat. So yeah, it's great to have a guy like that on your team for sure. So yeah, I think we all know he's a top player in this league. So yeah, happy to see him score goals, but I don't think it surprises any of the team members that he scored 4. I think yeah, he's capable of doing that.
UC Saros, his first shutout of the season last night for the Preds, a 6-0 win over the Columbus Blue Jackets. And as you heard our colleague and friend of show, John Glennon, say, kind of overshadowed by the 4-goal performance by Phillip Forsberg last night. Certainly a memorable night for him and a good night for John Hines' team, who bounced back after a loss over the weekend. Here's the head coach of the Preds, Jon Hines.
Not only for your team to get a win like this, but one of the more impressive outings you've seen offensively from Phillip Forsberg here tonight, certainly.
Yeah, it certainly was. I thought that line in general was, you could see right off the bat they had a lot of energy, and I think their execution and the tenaciousness that they played with to be able to put themselves in scoring areas was very good. And obviously Phillip was, he was in scoring areas. He was feeling it tonight, and it's nice to see. I just think for the 3 of those guys as a line right now, that when you're playing the right way, and you have the offensive ability to be very, very productive. So it's nice to see them play the way that they did tonight and also get rewarded for it.
More ridiculous Granlund's assists or before the root goal. I mean, obviously Forsberg would get the credit, but I mean Granlund, that was kind of a performance that got maybe overshadowed a little bit.
Yeah, I think Granny's a good. I mean, he does a lot of good things. I think he's, they have a good chemistry right now between the 3 of them. But his ability to see the game and make plays, and then guys connect on the plays is pretty impressive. I believe there was a stat that I think it's the first time in franchise history that a player's had 2 4-point assist games. And so that's pretty impressive with what he's able to do, see the ice, and then not only just see the ice, but be able to execute and make the plays at the right times.
Just a good argument that you talked about this morning about players probably needed that extra day off to rest and rejuvenate, get some extra energy. Did they come out with the kind of energy that you expected?
Yeah, they did. It was. We went through a pretty tough stretch. I just felt like even in the Colorado game, you could tell. You guys don't see it, but just like the spirit the team had, like they were in it, they were working, they were trying. It wasn't the prettiest game. They stayed together on the bench. We made mistakes. They wound up scoring goals. The atmosphere in the locker room was good, and you can just see like it was a really connected group, and the want was there, but I think it was a long stretch, and sometimes you give 2 days off, sometimes you don't. But we just felt as a staff, after that game, it was almost like, look, these guys are hungry. They want to do the right things, and you can see it. But maybe they just need a little bit of a mental release, And then we were flying home, and we got in at I think 3:30. So Sunday's kind of a wash, and I think the extra day was good. And credit to the players. Now they show what they're smart too. They know they get 2 days off, and they wind up having a good performance. So good on them.
Important for the guys to get Saros the shutout too, even though it's a one-sided.
It is. I mean, Juice has, we've had good goaltending all year long. Juice has been obviously the stalwart back there, and I think Rittich has had some good games. Connor Ring has had some good games for us. But it was nice to see Juice be able to get rewarded for, and I think he had to work for it. I mean, there were some stretches in the game, particularly in the second, where, they got a little bit of momentum. They made a push, and obviously the goal got called back, but he made some big saves to be able to do it. So, again, for a goalie with that, it's like a guy that wants to produce offense when they have a big night. It's also important for goalies and really good goalies to be able to get shutouts, and that's nice to see for him.
You don't challenge very often, but when you do, you have a guy like Lawrence in your corner, you got to feel pretty confident that you're probably going to go undefeated or close to it when it comes to those calls.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Lawrence and Andrew, those guys back there, like these guys are, you talk about knowledge of the league, knowledge of the rule book, the work ethic that those guys put in. Like, to be honest with you, I'd love to take credit for it, but I really don't have anything to do with it. I mean, those guys are on it. They see it. They make great decisions. but they put a lot of work into it too. You look in the off season, these guys study every review as the season goes on. They'll review all the goalie interference, offsides, what's called, what's not called, and it's really good. I think when you look at the challenge record, it speaks volumes of Lawrence and Andrew, and it's not just that. It's the video work they put in. It's the pre-scouting. It's these guys are top shelf, and they're a huge value to the organization and particularly the players.
All right, there you have it. John Hynes, head coach of the Predators, after his team's 6-0 shutout win over the Columbus Blue Jackets last night. The Preds back in action tomorrow night at Bridgestone when they host the Boston Bruins. All right, that'll wrap up the hockey. Up next, we're talking Titans football with none other than our guy, Jonathan Hutton from Outkick 360. Don't go anywhere. We're back after this.